Marketing is about values.
Nike didn't call me and sell me this in a catalog. I bought this swoosh because it's ingrained in my soul.
When you have a product that really resonates with customers, the word of mouth grows like wildfire.
Dude, there was this thing that I forgot to tell you that happened with a client last week that 3x'd their call booking rate.
Now,
Like,
this is different than the abandoned cart thing we talked about a couple episodes ago, right?
Yeah, this is one or two steps further up the funnel. So
Okay.
before you get to the abandoned cart, to get them to even say yes to a sales call, this will, I guess, tee up potentially more abandoned carts for you.
Yeah. Or just straight to conversions. And this one, they 3x their conversion on the S2 as they were going through like the lead qualification survey, right?
Exactly. And so if you're new, the S2 is the second step of the newsletter funnel that I run myself and that I've built my 7-figure newsletter empire on the back of. Now we do it for 45 plus businesses every month. Basically, we run Facebook ads, or you send traffic from your social channels to a highly optimized landing page that collects their email. From there, we send them to a type form and kind of guilt them into feeling like they need to answer all the questions in the type form in order to actually fully sign up for the newsletter. About 50 to 60% of the people actually end up filling out the full type form. With the other emails, we still send them the weekly newsletter that my team writes and sends for you. But the S2, we ask them qualifying questions, right?
Right.
We ask them, normal questions that a newsletter would want to know to better get to know their audience. And then we start at the end wrapping in sales qualifying questions, where if they are qualified to be a potential customer of my business from my funnel that I run, or any one of the 45 clients that we run, we then ask them if they'd be open to booking a call. And we've changed the language on this 400 million times to try to optimize as many people saying yes.
Of course you have.
The book call, right? Like that's the name of the game. The name of the game in performance marketing, digital marketing is A/B testing everything. Colors. I mean, I have one client that pays me $5,000 a month, literally just to A/B test their landing page, on top of the retainer that they pay me to manage their Google ads. I manage $150,000 a month Google ads retainer for them. And last week we were able to literally increase the conversion rate of their landing page from, I think it was 27% to 45%, simply by 3xing, funny three, that's the number, but literally 3xing the size of the buttons on their landing page that were driving all the Google ads traffic to. Like their button was this big, and we literally made it like that big and made the font bigger and everything, and 3x, literally 3x.
That's pretty close to exactly 3x the visual that you did right
visual
there.
Yeah. For those of you watching on YouTube, definitely not, no. Anyways, so so we've A/B tested the ending of the type form a million different ways, obviously to try to get people to say yes as much as possible, to try to generate as many leads as possible for our clients and for my own businesses. But a couple of weeks ago, we had a nugget from one of our clients that was sharing feedback about the ad creatives that we generate and get their approval on and then run for them. And they said they've noticed that every single person that gets on their sales call who closes has tried one of their competitors before and had a terrible, terrible, terrible experience. So I came up with the idea, okay, instead of at the end asking, we've helped XYZ companies achieve XYZ results. Would you like a free 30-minute call to learn how we do that? Or you qualify for a special offer if you show up to a call to basically get sold. You'll get a $50 gift card, something like that.
Right.
All of that stuff works in some way, shape, or form. I'm kind of making a joke out of the get sold, but that's the reality of it.
Paid demos work still.
Paid demos work. I get hit up with them at least once a week on LinkedIn. I've taken up one or two of them. But what I thought of was replacing that last question. We've helped X companies achieve Y result. This client isn't actually even a company, it's a law firm. So we've helped X clients achieve Y result. That's super emotional because it's an emotional thing that people are going through when they hire this law firm.
Yeah.
And replace that with two questions. The first being, have you worked with any of the following XYZ type law firms before, because there's like 4 or 5 huge ones in the space nationally that most have worked for. So we list those out. Then we say other, where they can type in another one. And then we say, no, I haven't. And because they told us they only want qualifying clients or only want like leads that have actually worked with the other ones, after 1,000 clients, they know that this is the case. Then we made it with the typeform logic. Anytime someone says that they've worked with one of the other ones, that new second question that asks for a call says, I guess we have added 3 questions. Well, I'm a little off, but so the second question is rate your experience with them out of 10.
Yep.
And if they say less than 5, then we change the call booking question to say, we get that feedback from every single person that we meet with. The reason is because they are blah, 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 while we are da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And the actual comparison is very different. Like literally just saying like, they're not these 3 things and we are these 3 things, changes the game and makes it so that even, a normal person who's not going through their funnel and not actually in need of their service would understand that, oh, of course I had a shitty experience with them because they're not these 3 things. Right. And so, then we say, based on that information, would you like to schedule a call with our team for a free consult to help you figure out how you're actually going to solve this problem? 3x the conversion rate of people saying, yes, I'm open to a call.
Wow.
Simply because we tied it back to, oh yeah, we both have something in common. We both know that they suck.
Yeah.
A couple sentences explaining why. 3x leads, aka 3x more people going to the calendar booking page. So 3x more at bats to book a call. And then if you listen to our episode, I think it was 2 or 3 episodes ago about the abandoned cart with AI, 3 more people that can be, or 3x more people who can be pushed to the abandoned cart, or your Loom video, but I don't want to give too much away. Go listen to that episode.
Yeah, definitely check that one out, because that's a few steps further down the funnel. If someone clicks yes, but then they don't actually book the call, how could you try to increase your conversion rate there and fail like one of Max's clients? And what could you do differently that actually 3x conversion on that piece? And this is the thing, right? It's all about the math of sales and marketing. There's no one silver bullet, but there are all these conversion points and micro conversion points that if we can dial this up a little bit here, we can dial this up a little bit here, it leads to some pretty big results, right? This is the 3x episode. We're talking about the last 3x, this 3x. We 3x the button size on the other client landing page. But man, I mean, how long have we been talking about personalization in marketing, right? Since marketing automation hit the scene. And now we're talking about it more in this age of AI because we can get so much data on people and all of these things. But this is actual useful personalization in my mind, right? Because this is a use case for a law firm, but if you're a SaaS company, if you sell a sales engagement tool or a marketing tool or landing page software, whatever it is, what your top competitors are, what, those sales conversations are like. If you can just get in front of those, we've all run takeaway campaigns before, right? And those usually come from the sales team saying, man, we're winning a bunch of these deals from X competitor. And when we get on with them, we ask them about their experience and they just start, explaining and complaining and sharing all of this. And, oh, well, we can help you with this. If you can create that emotional connection before they've said yes to booking a call, then it changes the game and you're personalizing their journey to say, bring some of those things to light earlier in the process, which, I'm always a big believer in the line that, our job in marketing is to make sales easier. And I'm a big believer in that because I spent 10 years in B2B sales where we had no marketing. Marketing was me going door to door in office buildings with my business card and literally cold calling people in person with literally no marketing. And so I feel for the salespeople who feel like they have literally no marketing, because it's just like, hey, we're doing the checkbox thing. We are running the campaigns. We're sending you the leads. Why aren't you closing more of them? I really like this. And I think the applications are pretty much endless, no matter what your situation is here.
Dude, and another notch on the old belt for me appreciating having you as my co-host, because I would have never thought about this as personalized marketing, right?
Mhm.
The concept of personalizing the journey. I forget the exact phrase that you use that everyone uses. Maybe I'm out of it today, but like personalized marketing, personalized experience, personalized user experience.
Mhm.
How many times can I say personalized in 30 seconds? I don't know. Everyone take a shot every time I
Every
do it.
time
Just
I take a drink, yeah.
the the interesting thing is that the type form in and of itself allows you to personalize the customer journey, the marketing experience, the lead experience in a way that doesn't make it so like AI or tech driven. Like every time I think about personalized marketing, I think of some tool that's going to identify the visitor, identify their name via their IP address, and change the headline of the landing
Yeah.
page to Max, we can
Yeah.
help you achieve
Welcome
XYZ
back.
result.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Right. Or I think of like in ecom, a like a personalized recommendation based on what you've already had added to your cart. Right.
Yep. I just got one of those texts for a new Broncos hat from New Era earlier today. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. How many Broncos hats do you have, dude?
A few. I've got a big head, so I've got to get the style that actually comes in the size that will fit on this big noggin. So
That's fair. But yeah, I mean that's a perfect example of ecom, right? Like send a text, hey, like notice, like and there's tools that will automate that for you. It's a little bit tougher to do in B2B, but a type form, whether you're using it in the S2, right? Like I'm doing for clients and like Logan and I are doing for our own businesses, or whether on your website, your company's main website, instead of just having a form fill or putting a Calendly or HubSpot booking page embed on the page, put them through a type form first, not just necessarily to qualify them and make sure that only people who are qualified in the market to buy are booking a call, so you're not wasting your time with tire kickers, but also it allows you to customize the language based on their needs to increase the conversion rate. And see if you fit, see if you qualify. Those two taglines alone drastically increase the completion rate and the start rate of any sort of type form thing. That's why Score app, I forget the guy's name, Daniel Priestley or David Priestley, that's why he's gotten so big, is the concept of any sort of quiz, calculator, form that's logic based that says, are you a fit? Even if everyone's a fit, and this is a little unethical, I don't do this, but even if everyone is a fit, just pushing people through the type form to make them feel special so that they are feeling like they're a fit, they're more likely to book because like, oh, okay, they actually do work with people just like me. They probably solve the exact problem I'm going through. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Man, that's really interesting. That gives me another idea. I always walk away with these with another idea from you as my co-host too. Right now when my prospects of my clients are signing up for their webinar and I have my own version of the S2, and basically I lead with the like complete your webinar registration by answering a few questions below. And some folks, like some of my clients, they just want everybody to come through and see the booking page. Others are a little bit more stringent on, who they want to come through. And so I wonder for those that are using steps to DQ folks, if I should test that language of see if you qualify for, XYZ offer, because what's been working well for some of my clients, like we did one a couple of weeks ago, we did it all on AI SEO. Like how do you get ranked in ChatGPT? What is this whole GEO, LLM EO, whatever, right? And we offered on the webinar to do an AI SEO audit. Like where is your brand mentions in ChatGPT? What's the state of kind of your legacy SEO, and give you the results. Obviously, anybody who books a call goes through that audit process can be pretty well qualified for my client to sell them some sort of SEO services to help them with the current state. Well, they went through the S2 on the webinar sign up, which was, complete your registration and then would you want to book a call? And we only booked maybe 2 calls. on the webinar, we offered the AI SEO audit, which, was different than just offering the call. And that was like 6 times. We got like a dozen booked calls off
Wow.
of that. So I wonder if maybe moving that forward and saying, see if you qualify for an AI SEO audit, and then they go through the questions and putting that on the front end. I'm just talking through, another scenario of using what we're talking about here. So thanks for letting me ramble.
No, it's one of the
awesome.
techniques. It's one of the techniques, and this could be a whole other episode. But we encourage all of our clients to work with us to create some sort of type form to see if they qualify, instead of just sending people to a Calendly page from the newsletter that we write them. So we write 40 plus newsletters every single week.
Right.
And we're judged on how many people click the "I'm interested in learning more, book a call" button. And most of the time it just takes them to a Calendly page. But one of the things that we walk through in our trainings is, hey, look, if you want to put together a simple type form that says, see if you qualify for, and if you can come up with a special, simple offer, and especially if it's once a month, you can create a new one. We can even do a dedicated send for you at no extra cost, where we're encouraging people to see if they're a fit. And again, it works for a million different reasons, because it, number one, pushes out all of the tire kickers or people who are not qualified. So you're not wasting any time on sales calls. And number two, it makes the people feel more special that they are actually qualified. And then especially if it's a limited time offer, number three, it creates a higher sense of urgency and typically will deliver significantly more leads, booked calls, whatever it might be.
Yeah, pipeline and revenue. How do you suggest framing it, like the thank you message for the folks that you do disqualify? Like, what are your tips on people, tips on that for people?
I've never ever talked about this or really thought about it. We just have a simple thing in Typeform that says, you are not currently a fit. We will let you know if our criteria changes. Thanks so much for your interest. Have a great day. And like each one of those things is on a different line. So it's like, currently, comma, you are not qualified or you are not a good fit to work with us. Enter, enter. We will let you know should our criteria change at any point. Enter, enter. Thank you for considering working with us. Enter, enter. Have a great day.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to test that, man. This has been good. Yeah. I think there's, man, just once you introduced me to the S2, I was like, there's so many ways to use this, and there's so many little tweaks in different instances that we can use to make it even more effective. So hopefully we giving people, even more to add to their tool bag today.
Thanks for listening. As always, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, follow, up, down, wherever the button is. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for listening to the Marketing Max show. It takes me and my team hours to produce it every single week, but it only takes you 15 seconds to hit that share button and text it to a friend, drop it in a Slack group, or share it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or any of your favorite social platforms. I appreciate you taking the time to check out my content. Have an awesome day.